Welcome to the Rest in Peace podcast, where we talk about all the creative things. I'm Angie, and this is my lovely co-host, Bailey.
Hello.
Today, we're going to jump in with Angie's rant, because let me just tell you, maybe it's a good time, story time with Angie. This podcast, was an idea that came fairly recent to us, you would agree.
Yes.
But it was born out of something that I've just learned about Bailey. I've known Bailey now for 5 years, okay? And we had a bit of a conversation a couple of weeks ago now that led us to this podcast. And I'm just going to start right now with my rant because I found out that Bailey DJ'd in university. And I did not know that. I know that she loves music, okay? I'm putting that out there. I know that. She's a big music person. I love music too, but Bailey loves music. And she just whips this fact out that, oh yeah, by the way, I DJ'd in university, which she also did when you were in Ireland, right? Because you you did a semester out in Ireland.
Yes.
So that's where we're starting this rant, is the fact that Bailey was just hiding this nugget of information that she was a DJ.
So first of all, oh wow, that was, so first of all, I sounded like a DJ. Anyway. We both have secrets, and I will get to Angie's secret in a minute. But yes, I was on my college radio. I was very into it. I took a radio class. And I have a funny story about that. That's a little bit for later. I want to hear that story. I did it in Ireland, and when I was studying abroad there, and it was so funny because I was the only female in the DJ club. So I would call myself the JJ DJ. And so that was the only, I tried really hard to try out for them, and it was just a bunch of guys and they were really cool, and I was really bad at it. I was truly, truly bad. And I've always wanted my own mixing station and all that stuff. So I love radio. Well, we talked about that, or we will talk about that in the future, is how much we love audio stuff and how much you love visuals things. So I definitely just love DJing, and I did that from Angie.
She did. And this is our second podcast we're recording today, but we're actually going to post this one first. So that's why things are going to sound a little strange. Just go with it. Okay. Just go with it. So she just whipped this fact out of nowhere and was like, yeah, I used to do this. And I was like, why are we not doing a podcast? So that's kind of the nugget that was dropped to kind of get us into a podcasting, which the name is hilarious. Oh my God. I think I went like Sonic when I my voice went so high there. So I apologize if that comes out really high. And I'm trying so hard not to cry because I'm laughing so hard. Because I did not know that. So that was fantastic. And I honestly cannot wait to tell my husband. He's huge. My husband's a drummer. Okay. He is huge into music too. And when he's going to watch this, but he's going to laugh so hard. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a good day. So
segue into that, I'm so sorry about my laugh. I laugh like an absolute banshee, and I apologize for that in your earlobes. But what Angie's not telling you, and what her secret is that, go ahead, Angie. You could tell the people.
So I casually also dropped that my story has a music playlist.
What the actual?
In my defense, I thought you knew. I think I thought I already had told you that. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about posting on Instagram about the songs that I listen to when I'm writing, that's specific for the second book. And she was like, what? And
this was my villain origin story. I was like, I love music set to playlists and reasons for playlists. And that's my rant. I could make any playlist between two characters, and I love that. And Angie's just casually doing it over here about my favorite book series that she's writing, and it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm not cat foaming at the mouth like catnip, trying to get this playlist out of her. I'm like, oh, Okay.
Well, it's honestly, I just didn't even really. I'm still really surprised that I didn't tell you that, because like I didn't do it for book one. I don't know why, but like I don't even remember when I started this one. So I have it for book two, which I guess we can just say the title is The Trouble with Spain. So I don't have to keep saying book two, but that is the title of my second book, The Trouble with Spain, in the series, The Reaper Chronicles. So I do have a playlist on Apple Music. Apple Music, is that what they call it now? Yeah, they do.
I think so.
Sorry, I've been around since iTunes, so it's hard to remember. And then I do have another playlist for another book that I'm working on that has nothing to do with this series, which I'm not even going to say the title because it's a work in progress title, but I do have, so I will listen to those like as I'm working on them, just to get into the character head, you know? So yeah, I don't know.
I'm eating this up. I'm like, num, 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 num.
But I did give her the songs. Did you listen to them?
I didn't. I should for the next podcast.
See, she's all talk, you know, oh, I want this, and then doesn't even listen to the songs, you know?
No, because I was like, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, that's my favorite song ever. That's my favorite song ever. And like, I was just like looking through it, and then I like forgot to put it together into my own playlist.
It's super random, hey? Like total genre crossing.
Yes, which is amazing, because that's another rant, because no one listens to like everything this nowadays. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to like, I do too. Like, I listen to literally anything that has a good anything, good lyrics, good beat, good anything. So like the fact that Angie's just been hoarding this musical creativity, like I just
And the thing is, like, when I was creating it, like, I have certain characters in mind with certain songs. So I'm very curious if you can pick that out. Because Bailey's like the person who knows the story as well as I do. Probably better, because we all know. Well, you won't know this from the next podcast. I talk about how I forget books as quickly as I read them. So my book's included. Okay.
Did
I say that about this character? I can't remember. So I'm very curious to see if you can pick up the different character. And they're not all represented, I should say. I don't want you to be like, well, this character has whatever. But it is a variety of songs, like variety of years, like music going back to like the 70s, I think.
Yes.
Because I do have Fleetwood Mac on there, which it like their greatest hits album is one of my favorite albums. Like I love it. I know it's, I don't know, I just feel like it holds up, but I also don't listen to new music, so it probably doesn't. Well, how would I know? I don't listen to anything new. That's literally, I'm known as around where I work, I'm known as the girl whose like pop culture stops at about 2005. I just gave up. I was like, I can't keep up.
Meanwhile, me and my husband are watching like Pop Culture Jeopardy, and like we're just like, we're getting all the answers right, and like just going back and forth. So
literally,
like, it's funny.
Yeah, literally, I've had my nephews laugh at me because they would like say, well, I still don't even know who these people are. Okay, they'll just say the name, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. It a boy or a girl? Is it music or act? I have no, and they just laugh because they think it's funny that I have no clue. But I just feel like at some point I just like unconsciously made the decision that I was done with new stuff, and I was quite happy with my old stuff. So circling back, my music does probably end at about 2005, I think. No, that's not true. There's a Taylor Swift song on there. The only Taylor Swift song I know, I'm pretty sure it's on that one.
What is it?
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's on my other playlist. Is it called Shake It Off? That's the only song I know by her.
Okay, so I just went feral because I'm wearing a Taylor Swift shirt right now. Yeah, actually, and I wrote like one of my novels exclusively to folklore, which is her like very rainy day soft album kind of thing. It was just it's just perfect. So like another rant I could go on. But yeah, like it's so interesting that like art inspires music and music inspires art, and it's just like this beautiful conversation and dialogue back and forth. And the fact that, you know, you can create these transmedia things, like these, these soundtracks that get bigger than the movie, and like the books that get bigger than the movie. And I guess I'm just shitting on movies now, but like,
movies suck. No,
movies
they don't.
suck. No, they're great. But like, it's interesting to see that like things get bigger in one storytelling age than another. So I think that's great. Like, I think that's so cool that Angie does that.
I do, now that I think about it, I think the Taylor Swift one is actually on my other playlist that I haven't shared with you. But the point remains that there are like nuggets of new, and when I say new, it's still probably 10 years old, but new-ish music. Because I'll come across something that I have a mind for lyrics.
Yes, same.
Don't remember artist names. I do not remember titles of the songs, but if I hear music, I will start singing it. And I'm almost convinced my musician husband does this to me on purpose, because I will start singing stuff and I'll be like, what am I singing? And he's like, oh, I was playing this. And I'm like, he's just like subliminally made me like enjoy his music because he just plays it. And then I catch on to it, and I'll like, we'll like go grocery shopping, and I'll come home and I'll be singing something. And I'm like, what am I singing? He's like, they played it at the grocery store. And I'm like, it literally gets in my brain, can't get it out. I wake up in the morning, it's like a jukebox in my head, which I don't know, does anyone know what jukeboxes are anymore? But like, it turns on, like the radio or whatever turns on in my head, and every morning I have a song already playing when I get up.
Wait, hold, time. So I have homework because I have to go listen to your playlist and pick out the characters. You have homework that when you wake up in the morning, make a playlist of all the songs that you have in your head.
It's probably gonna be the same song over and over.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's so fun to do. My sister did that and I did that. And it's like the most eclectic, weird bunch of songs you'll ever hear. But it's so fun to listen to them in like in order kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like,
so I will make that on my list, my to-do list of things to do, is to write down the songs I'm thinking about. I'm like, it's ridiculous. So like, that's how some of those songs have been on. Like I often write in coffee shops. So like if I'm in a coffee shop and a song comes on and I hear it and I feel like it like it resonates with the story, I'll add it. So I've actually done that with a couple songs. Like there was okay, now I'm gonna start really dating myself. There was a Duran Duran song that came up in a coffee shop. And if you don't know who Duran Duran is, they're from like the 80s, basically. And I was like, this is perfect for this scene. And so I quickly added it in, like, and then like had to listen to it over and over again. But that's like how it works. It's just like, if I'm like writing something and I hear something and it kind of like jives together, I'll put it on the playlist. It's not something I've actually thought about doing. It's just something that like pops up like organically, and then I just add it. So I've never really searched for songs to fit into it.
Yeah, see, like that's what I do. Like I look for songs that have a certain title or a certain vibe. Like when I'm writing, I usually like try to get songs that match my mood and the mood of what I'm writing. Not necessarily the exact scenario or that kind of thing, but like what captures the emotions of the scene kind of thing. Yeah. So if I'm writing a really angry letter or something like that, I'm listening to like Avril Lavigne or like Ghost or like, like anything hard and hitting and stuff like that. Ghost is kind of my favorite band ever. They were my top artist this year. So we'll get into that in a later episode. But yeah, it's just so fun to like see what's out there for me. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what like, again, like I most of my stuff is older just because that's just kind of how I listen to music. Don't get me on that rant about like old music versus new music, because I grew up, I mean, we already know I'm in my 40s, but like my teenage years were in the 90s. So most of my music likes are from then, because I feel like that's just formative. Like, I feel like that's when you're like learning who you are as a person when you're a teenager. And so like it's a lot of music is really influential when you're trying to discover who you are as a person. And then you listen to that music and it's just like, it hits, you're like, that's my song. Like I still have a song that's like my song from like the 90s where I'm just like, yes, like, I probably never told you about that either.
No. Okay. So first of all, she says it hits everyone. So she's obviously not in her like mental 40s. She's just, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm trying to pick up the lingo of the young crowd. Okay. Like I hear it. I have to decode it. I don't know what it means, but
No, I'm just
I'm
teasing.
trying to keep up with the hip crowd. That was very hip.
No, that was good. I liked it. That's about as hip as I am, is like saying that you're hip, honestly.
Yeah,
So
I'm hip.
I feel that on a deep level, on a spiritual level, honestly. So yeah, tell me about your favorite song. What is your favorite song?
Okay, so it's a song that like probably nobody knows,
Okay.
by a band called Blind Melon, which is one of like it's tragic because Blind Melon was like around for a minute before the lead singer died because it was the 90s and everyone overdosed because that's what you did in the 90s. You took a lot of drugs and you overdosed. And if you didn't, how the hell did you not? You know what I mean? And then now they're starting to die a little bit later. But anyways, that's beside the point.
Yes.
So the band was Blind Melon. And I was like, I mean, that came out early 90s. They had like, I think 2 albums. And then they had an album that came out like after he had already passed. But it was from the first album. The song's called Change, which was like, I think they did have like a music video for it. It wasn't as popular as like their
The Bee Girl.
the B Girl one, which is I think it's called No Rain. Again, I'm not great with the
Yes.
titles. I can
Yeah.
sing that entire album word for word, start to finish. Like I listen. Okay,
Really?
I listened to that on a tape on my Walkman, which was yellow and had headphones that like stuck in your ear, and I would literally listen to that. So I listened to it so much that I wore the tape like right out because you could do that back in the day. So, but that song was like one that I just absolutely always loved when I graduated from, I think it was high school, in the yearbook. You know, sometimes you make like do quotes. I quoted it. I love that song. And so surprisingly, it's not on the playlist, but look, the example is just like some music you'll just love it forever, even though it's like, how many years old? I'm not counting the years at this point because that'll kill me.
No, like you're right. I think music transcends some things, like emotions, feelings, jobs, time, all of that stuff. So I feel like, yeah, like when you really grow up with a song and you really love it, you've really you just carry it with you everywhere.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So I think like a lot of that playlist that I have is songs that like, they're not, again, they're not necessarily new songs, but they're songs that like, for whatever reason, popped into my mind while I was writing. And I was like, yep, this needs to go on it. So yeah, music apparently a lot more forefront of my life than I actually realized.
Yeah.
I mean, I am married to a
this.
musician, so I mean,
yes. Who's just drumming solos that are like, go do the dishes. And then you're like, I think I could do the dishes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but okay. So you don't have a playlist for your writing?
I don't.
You just have it for other people's books.
Yeah. So I don't feel like I really write and form that character for my writing, but I love doing it for other people's character. Like I have so many Outlander playlists because I loved Outlander for a while. I still do. It's still like one of those series that like, it just like kind of brings you home. But like it is, there's a lot of stuff in that series that is like really rough. Like,
yeah,
like,
I never finished the series. Did you finish the series?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I read all the books and I've watched most of the TV show.
Yeah.
So I think there's just, it's just heavy stuff in there. But anyway, I have made like a Jamie and Claire playlist. I have made like a Frank Is Not That Bad playlist, which is all like breakup songs and like nonsense.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. That's the other thing. I am obsessed with breakup songs. I love them. If there's a whole album of them, like
that's hilarious.
Just love it. And you know why? Do you know why that is? It's
no, I don't. I'd like to know.
Oh my gosh, I've never broken up with someone.
That's true. Yeah.
I've been with my husband for 20 years this June, and we met when we were 15, and I'm going to be 35 this year. So, we have never broken up. We never really like did the whole thing. And I love putting myself in that, like, eat a whole tub of ice cream and like
You're like,
cry
damn it,
and
why
just
don't I get
yell.
to do that? Bring it with me.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just something I would like love to experience.
You're
Like at
hilarious.
some point, like which is so ridiculous because like I love my husband. I never want him to leave me, but like it is something I've never experienced and I always wanted to.
Yeah.
So at the risk of sounding like a heartless person, I love breakup songs. They're my
Yeah.
favorite.
I think you're doing a really healthy way of not breaking up and just like indulging in the breakup. I think that's good. Yeah.
Right. Like it's just like going to that place in your mind and like just visiting. You know, it's not like you're actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been told that it's an actually horrible thing to go through, and that
Yeah. So I mean, you're very lucky you've never. From someone who has been previously married and on her second marriage, I can attest, it's not fun. So the way you're doing it, you just keep doing it that way. Yeah. My husband and I have been together now 20 years as well. This is actually our 20 years together, which is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Because like I said, I've been previously married. God, this podcast is making me feel old.
No.
We're just going to title this podcast, Why Angie is So Old. All the reasons.
No. That I feel like we all like have touchstones and stuff like that we go back to, you know, like, and you just didn't, you know, find anything that you wanted to touch outside of the 90s, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like the 90s were amazing.
They were
like,
pretty awesome. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Like I grew up in the 2000s and like things were weird, you know, like not like they're weird now, but like they were weird back then. Like I think a lot of people were like just trying to figure out, we wore a lot of like 90s stuff because we were trying to get back there, but we're in the millennium, so we had to like wear futuristic things. I don't know. Our fashion was weird. Like it was just a confusing time all around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do feel like, that's a whole thing about fashion. Like it does repeat itself because there's a lot of stuff now that I'm seeing the younger generation wear. And I'm like, please, I did that like how many years ago? I'm not going back to that. Like, don't even get me started on jeans. Okay. Like I love my skinny jeans. I don't give a shit if they're not in anymore. I'm never going back to the massive big pants. I grew up in the 90s. Okay. Don't pretend like this is new.
I bought a pair of flare jeans and they like, it was like, put them on. It was like, whoosh, like all the memories came back. And I was like, oh, okay.
No, I'm like channeling like my 80s girl because like we used to wear pants and then we would tight roll the bottoms. You know what tight rolling is?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you tight roll the bottoms and then you would pin them so that they looked like skinny jeans because we didn't have skinny jeans back then. But now we have skinny jeans and I'm wearing them forever and I don't care. I will die on that hill. I am wearing my skinny jeans for the rest of my life. I don't care.
I'll tell you what, I will never wear low-rise pants because
I used to do those too.
Holy moly. Like, not that I'm like, should ever wear low-rise pants. Like, I should just put that out there. But like, I never did. But like, why is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
Like so I did wear low rise in the day because everyone did. You couldn't not buy jeans unless. Right. But this is what boggles my mind. The trend for mom jeans, where they're super high up, was like really hard for me to wrap my brain around because I was like, I don't know if I want to do this either. And then I bought a pair of jeans that did come up higher. Again, they were still skinny jeans. We don't go crazy. So they weren't real mom jeans. They were just, maybe they were. I mean, I'm old enough to be a mom, so I guess it is. But anyways, then I tried them on and I was like, well, damn, they suck everything in. I understand this now. I get this.
Hell yeah.
Because the low rise, like with the muffin top and everything, like, that wasn't fun.
I have like a whole bakery, okay? So I'm not, there's no.
You're like, I got buns for days.
I got buns for days. Like, Like, there's no way. Like, there's no. Oh my God, Angie, you're so funny.
Oh my God. I don't even know if we got on here, but this is what I love about this podcast is that we can talk about music and then we go straight to muffin top jeans. Because
jeans.
why not? Because why not? Now I just really want to eat a croissant.
Oh my, that sounds delicious. Oh my God.
Yeah. So,
all right, well, we have 5 minutes left, so we're going to eat croissants after this. And
I totally want to. Baked goods for days. Because now I got my old lady, whatever they call them, high pants that just sucks it all in. Nobody can see that. Just wear yourself a nice long shirt, and it's just like no one knows what kind of bakery you got going on there.
That's another thing. I cannot wear a crop top. I'm 34, and I'm not wearing any crop tops. I never wore a crop top. I never
didn't either.
Really wore anything that showed my stomach. But like, what is this? Like, y'all are beautiful, and you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah,
but like that's not for me.
Thanks. No, we're not. I'm really like short-waisted, so I feel like it just doesn't work for me to have a crop top. That's another trend I won't be getting on board with. I whatever. You know what? You get to an age and you just don't give a shit about trends. You just wear shirts that have, octopus with sunglasses on them and skinny jeans. And you just go about life and you just go, what else?
And you're happy. You're happy.
I'm happy. I don't care.
That's our eulogy for today, is that wear what you want, no matter what you look like, and do what you want and be happy.
Listen to music that's older. I guarantee you'll appreciate it because they actually sing.
Yes.
They actually play instruments.
Yes.
That's a whole other rant for another day. Maybe we'll have my husband on and he can rant about how everything's auto-tuned and how much he hates that. But wear what you want, listen to what you want, check out some old music.
We
listen
love
to
Brandon,
Blind Melon.
So that would be great.
Yes, Brandon he's got the music down.
Yes. So I will not bring my husband on because he will just rant about everything. So he's kind of the old man that yells at clouds. So
which I love. I love that about him because I feel like that's sort of like me as well. I just not an old man. I'm just old woman shaking fist at cloud.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But I've embraced
it. Embrace you.
Yes,
you gotta do that. Yeah. So we are here on Thursdays. That's when our podcast comes out, and we're here all the time. So if you want to comment, like, subscribe on YouTube and Spotify, we are working on getting on Apple Podcasts. Please feel free, be a Clovey, or don't.
Or don't.
Like whatever you want.
Do you? Yeah.
Do you. That's the most important thing.
We just appreciate that you're listening. And I know we said this in our other podcast that we won't be posting first, but in this one, thank you very much to everyone who has listened already and has shared and liked. I mean, it means a lot to us. It really does. Two girls who just want to randomly chat about random shit. And the fact that you want to listen makes us very happy.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in all seriousness, thank you. And until next time, I'm Bailey. She's Angie.
And I'm Angie.
We'll see you later.
See you later.